Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this Netflix review. The fact that you're willing to sacrifice a few minutes out of your day to consume my content really does mean the world to me. And today we're going to be talking about the new Netflix series, The Upshaws. And it was actually my fiance that pointed out the fact that it sounds a lot like Up Yours, which is pretty clever and pretty funny, I will admit. But guys, just so you're aware, I review everything that is humanly possible to review that gets released on Netflix. So if you're ever curious whether something is good, bad, or completely mediocre, come to my channel and I will let you know. Guys, subscribe, get engaged, because I want to become your go-to Netflix guy. So guys, The Upshaws is about a working class African American family that lives in Indiana. It stars Kim Fields and Mike Epps as married couple Benny Upshaw and Regina Upshaw. Then we also have Lucretia, who's acted as by the absolutely phenomenal and incredibly charismatic Wanda Sykes. But guys, at the end of the day, The Upshaws is a family series. I wouldn't necessarily it's in the vein of shows such as Modern Family, but it definitely has the elements of that series in this. We're looking at a modern African American family. And of course, they're not your typical nuclear family. We've got broken relationships, we've got father-son conflict, and we've got children out of wedlock or from another relationship. It can become incredibly complicated, but it is actually a reality of a lot of modern families. Hence the title Modern Family of a different series, which also tackled very similar themes. But this is a really good adaptation or story trying to portray the reality of an African American family in today's world. But just because something's a good idea and I think it has the potential to be well adapted doesn't necessarily mean that this series is flawless. In fact, this series for me was quite difficult to watch for the simple fact that, again, and I've said this in so many of my reviews lately, a lot of the characters feel incredibly unlikable. A perfect example of this is Wanda Sykes. I've mentioned how I love her. There's never been a performance that she's given where I went, I didn't like that. And it's not necessarily that she gives a bad performance. She's so lovable and enjoyable and she's got so much charisma in this role. The issue is that her character is nasty and mean. Yes, she can come across as funny, but her humor is never actually lighthearted. It's always at the expense of someone else. And it's actually like that with this entire series. All the comedy has to land on someone in a negative way. The series is also painted as a family-friendly feature. I mean, it's your typical family comedy. You'd think that someone that watches The Big Bang Theory or Friends will be able to really watch this series and enjoy it. And it's definitely promoted that way. But I wouldn't necessarily say that's actually true. I'm not saying if you put swearing into a movie or a series, it's automatically bad. Lots of my favorite movies have a lot of swearing and a lot of just gratuitous bad words. The issue I have with this series is that the amount of swearing that they have doesn't actually feel organic in this series. It feels like we live in this world that's very Disney-fied, and if you were to watch a Disney movie or series and then suddenly they're dropping the S-bomb, it's going to take you by surprise. And this series loves the S-bomb. I once counted the S-bomb 4 times in the space of 2 minutes. So yes, while swearing can make the characters feel more realistic, the actual storylines and plot developments that happen in the series keep everything so family-friendly and PG that when they do drop S-bombs, it's kind of like, okay, but who was that made for? Why are you having characters swear when this series seems to be appealing to people of a younger audience? And that's a recurring theme throughout this entire series. We understand that they want to appeal to a broader audience, but the issue is you can't appeal to a broader audience simply by having swear words in them. There's a lot of other themes, like for example, there's a birthday party for a young girl and it's stripper themed by mistake. And all of the kids that end up enjoying it and liking the birthday party, so it's a win. But at the end of the day, you're having kids on a stripper pole. And if this series is supposed to be for a younger audience to watch and enjoy, then maybe that's not necessarily appropriate. Now I'm going to hear a lot of people saying in my comments, I can see it happening right now, well Caleb, this is made for an older audience. The reason I disagree with you there is that the jokes are also immature and clearly aimed for a younger audience. I can tell you right now the creators of this series wanted to appeal to both an older and a younger generation and have a series they can watch together. The issue is, unlike Pixar that had some really clever adult jokes that would go right over the heads of children viewers, the issue with this series is that it's so obvious with the jokes it's trying to make that it's just blatantly inappropriate when a younger member of the audience is trying to watch the series. I also feel like, and as I've mentioned, a lot of the characters are incredibly unlikable. What is good about this series is that by episode 4 onwards, you do get to start some sort of character development. And Benny, actually, who I was really not enjoying in the first few episodes, when he actually stands up for his son finally and tries to defend his son and actually be a good dad, I was like, yes, that's the character development I've been waiting for. And I'm not expecting there to be a ton of development in the first few episodes, because I understand the development has to start at the beginning and continue to grow up until the end. But I will say, for the first few episodes, there's just nothing. There's just nothing. And so it takes a long time before these characters start to get more likable. But once you've invested your time in this series and the characters do become more likable, then this does become a series you can enjoy a lot more. So guys, honestly, to this day, right now, I've been watching this series on and off for about a month now, trying to get my thoughts around it, trying to figure out, is this a series that I'm enjoying or not? And I still can't come to a fully fledged conclusion. The first few episodes for me were so difficult to really invest my time into that when I started to actually invest with these characters, I was asking myself, have I wasted too much time already? So guys, this is what I'm going to do. If you enjoyed Netflix series like The Crew or Dad Stop Embarrassing Me, then I would say you guys probably have a much better chance of enjoying this series. But if you're looking for something that's a lot more family friendly or wholeheartedly pure, unfortunately, I don't think this is the series for you. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. You guys are the best. You're awesome. And I hope to see you again in another review.